Hey family, it's Brittany Bell with another Power Parent Moment. Have you ever had a conference with your kids' teachers and walked away with more questions than you did answers? Well, I'm here to provide some tips to make parent-teacher conferences not so dreadful and more of a power tool to help your kids succeed. Stay tuned. Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell so you won't miss any content. Okay, school has started for just about anyone at this point. So I wanted to share some ways to navigate those meetings with teachers. First thing to keep in mind is that many times parent-teacher conferences, whether they're face-to-face, on the phone, or via an internet site like Zoom or Google Meet, is just as nerve-wracking for the teachers as it is for you. But rest assured that teachers have the same goal as you do when it comes to your child's education. And that is the ultimate success of your child, academically, socially, and emotionally. So when you walk into these meetings, it's important to put your ego and pride in check because it's not about you. It's about your child. The best way to help your child is by developing a relationship with the teacher. Now keep in mind that all teachers are not created equal, which means sometimes you will have to be proactive when it comes to contacting your child's teachers. Sometimes teachers will only contact you if something is wrong. Therefore, it is our responsibility as parents to initiate contact with the teacher on a consistent basis. Now, you may be asking, how often should you make contact with your child's teacher? The Power Parent rule of thumb is to make contact every 4 to 6 weeks. This gives ample amount of time for teachers to begin to recognize any patterns your child may have, as well as time to collect assessment data to share with you for your child's progress. Now, if you consistently keep this 4 to 6 week contact schedule, by the end of the year, you will have about 8 to 10 contacts with your child's teacher. Talk about an informed parent. All right, now let's talk about things that you can discuss during these meetings that will help you help your child at school. All right, tip 1, tell the teacher about your child. No one knows your child better than you do. Mention some of their likes and their dislikes. Information like this is gold for teachers because it comes in handy when building relationships with students. For example, if you know that your child does extremely well when they are able to follow a checklist of things they need to do, then that teacher can help them by being more productive and providing a checklist on the board. The more a teacher knows about a child, the better they are able to reach and teach them, okay? Tip number 2, inform the teacher with any major changes or difficulties your child may be facing. Sometimes as parents, we forget that we have way more coping strategies than our children. When things happen at home that may cause stress to a child, and it's important for the teacher to know about it. Children may respond to the stress with behavior changes, and it can cause them to deviate from their normal academic performances. Things like divorce or moving to a new home can pose issues for children at school. I know you may think that is none of the teacher's business, but remember, it's not about you, it's about the success of your child. Plus, you don't have to give them every single detail. Just making them aware is extremely helpful. Tip number 3, ask how your child is doing socially and emotionally. How is your child treating their friends? Does your child interact with other students well? When my child is experiencing stress or frustration, how do they typically express that at school? Does my child seem happy? All of these questions are important because many times parents do not get to see their child interact in a school setting. School can be a stressful place, and having insight into how your child is coping can help you know what to talk about at home with your child. Tip 4, ask about your child's strengths and weaknesses when it comes to academics. This question gives the teacher an opportunity to explain areas that your child is excelling in and areas where there is room for improvement. At this time, the teacher may take this opportunity to also go over assessment data with you. Now, as a teacher, I know that the words we use about test scores can sometimes sound like another language. This is where you have to be brave and ask until you understand what the teacher is telling you about your child's academic performance. Asking the teacher questions like, is my child on grade level, can help better grasp where your child is in comparison to the expectation rather than some random numbers that do not mean a thing. Tip number 5. Last but not least, the most important question any parent can ask when speaking with their child's teacher is, what can I do at home to support my child? You don't have to come up with a plan all by yourself. You can simply just ask the teacher for some things you can do to help your child be successful in the classroom. This can be anything from reading 20 minutes every day to implementing a consistent bedtime each night. Asking is the easy part. Doing is where some parents get stuck. You want to make sure that you follow through with what the teacher says so that during the next meeting, the conversation can be all around the results that came after following the teacher's advice. That is it, Power Parents. Now, powerful things come from these productive meetings. So I challenge you today to schedule that conference. Like right now. Do it right now. All right. Continue being great advocates for your child. If you have any questions about what to say in a parent-teacher conference, please comment below and I will get those questions answered. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more info like this. Until next time, keep being a power parent and love your kids. Bye.